Okay, in this video I have a few just random tips relating to solving the first three edges on 4x4 using the Yao method and using the 3-2-3 edge pairing method. So the first thing is that you should obviously start looking ahead during your last cross edge to the extent that you can and to the extent that you're comfortable with that. Depending on how confident you are with building that last cross edge, you may not be able to be doing that just yet, but if you are pretty confident and once you identify the last two pieces of your final cross edge and you can kind of solve them automatically, then yeah, definitely try and focus on looking ahead into the last 8 edges. So once you've solved your cross, one thing to note is that you should be somewhat flexible in terms of whether you do a wide U or a wide U prime at the start of your first 3 edges. So in this simple case, we have this edge pair already solved. So if we were to do a wide U prime, for example, and look at this edge, which is here, then if we just did an RU prime R prime to insert this one down here, that would essentially break up this blue and yellow one that we've already solved. So there are two possibilities. We can take this one out and then do a U, or we can take this one out and then do a U prime like that. Or what I probably like to do a little bit more is just do a wide U instead. And instead of looking at this edge, which goes back here, we can just look at this one again, and its counterpart is over here. So we can just insert that and then go on and solve the last one, which is actually already solved for us over here. And so now that when we slice back, this one, which is already formed, is nice. And then we have these two in addition to that, and we only have 5 edges left to solve. Another thing you want to be aware of is reducing rotations. So especially where it's easy to minimize or potentially eliminate all of your rotations, you should definitely do so. So here again, I've got quite an easy case to kind of demonstrate this. So I've got this piece, I can just do a wide U because I notice that this one is here. So I can do a wide U and insert this one. Now this one is here. I don't want to just do a Y rotation and do F, R prime, F prime, R. Obviously what I want to do is do a U, R prime, U prime, R to insert this one into the back without a rotation. And whilst I'm doing that, I notice this green and red one will go here. So this other green and red one needs to go down here. Now obviously instead of doing a Y2 and doing RU, R prime, I can just do LU, L prime, wide U prime, which solves these 3 as my first 3. Something that can be quite useful sometimes for intermediate and even advanced solvers to help you get started with the flow of solving your first 3 edges is if you have, for example, a case like this where you have this one and you see them straight away after you solve your cross, then it probably just makes sense to insert this like so. So let me undo that and redo it. So insert this edge, slice, and insert the other one, because you can do that all in one look. And now you've got this one set up and you can just continue doing your first 3 edges. Whereas if we didn't do it like that, we'd have to look for either this edge or this edge. This one, I don't really see around the top layer. This one I see back here, but it might have taken, a little bit of time to recognize this. And because we can execute these two so quickly, if we see them straight away, that is, we can just go ahead and do that. And that's something that I do and would recommend if you're, not too confident with looking ahead right at the start of solving your first 3 edges. Another fairly easy rule to follow is if, for example, you do a wide U prime and your first edge pair gets automatically solved, then obviously you should go on to the next piece, for example, this one, and use that to solve the first 3 edges. So you'll be taking this one out, using this one and this one to solve the red and green. Then you've got the green and yellow, which is here, and then the red and yellow, like that. So now you've effectively solved this one, this one, this one, and this one as well. And in 4x4, for example, having last 4 edges isn't actually that good of a case, but sometimes, for example, if you were to do this, take this one out whilst you were solving these 3, and you already had a solved edge before you started that edge pairing, then that would leave you with only 3 edge pairs remaining to solve, which is quite a good case. So you basically just kind of be doing 3 and then 3, which is, done pretty quickly. So to finish off, I'll just do a couple of quick examples of first 3 edges and kind of what I'm thinking about. So I'm solving my last cross edge beforehand. I've got these 2. So I can slice, insert that, slice back, and then insert them like so. And the first thing that I see here is this one and this one. So without trying to look too far in advance at what's here and where it could potentially be, because I see these 2 straight away, I'll just do a slice and then do a rotation this way to insert this one. So the next two edges that I'm going to solve will need to be inserted into these front two slots, which makes it a little bit easier, and I probably won't be doing too many rotations. So after doing that one, I've got the orange and blue, which is here. Unfortunately, this one probably involves a rotation. Or we can do something like take it out, F, L, F, L prime, like that. And then we've got this one, which is just here. And another good thing to notice, another good thing to kind of know is after you solve your first three edges, where the last unsolved edge will be in the E layer. So because I've inserted one here, here, and then here, my unsolved edge will be here afterwards. And before I do the slice, I'll notice that this is the red and blue one. So I'm immediately looking for the next red and blue piece to solve after that. Okay, so doing my last edge pair, I've got this one and this one. So I'll do a U prime, slice, and I notice that when I slice, I solve this edge. So R prime, U prime, R, U, slice back and rotate, and this edge gets stored in the top layer here, so I don't need to worry about that. And also I'm kind of thinking that I'm not going to be looking back here at all. The next thing I see are these two yellow stickers, and I do notice that they're actually the same edge pair. So these two pieces, if I do a wide U prime, will connect together, which is quite handy. So I'll do that, and notice that when I do that, this one, the red and green, goes to the back. So I'm looking for this red and green here. Then I'm looking for the red and yellow, which is not here or here, nor here. So it's got to be back here. So I'll insert it like that without a rotation. And then I've got this yellow and orange one, which is unfortunately over here. So probably what I'll do is do something like take this one out and then slice back. And now I know that I've got these two next as my kind of next edge that I'm going to solve.